and I am excited to get back into this painting. Excuse me. I do hope that the fans aren't too loud and that the outside's not too loud. It's pretty difficult to do these streams during the summer because it's so hot. But yeah, it's just so warm here. But I'm gonna keep working on this portrait. It's probably. But you know where I think we're good. Just gotta make sure none of these pictures are crazy. There we go. Okay. I just gotta make sure none of these references are crazy. How do I zoom? Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna keep working on this portrait. I don't expect a whole lot out of this. We're just getting back into the swing of painting with gouache. Okay, I need to readjust the seat too. Okay. So, also excuse the paint under my nails. Hey Stephanie, it's good to see you again. Excuse the paint under my nails. I could go ahead and take a little thing under it, but I don't feel like doing that. So you're gonna have to deal with the paint under my nails. I was working on a painting earlier today, and it just wasn't turning out. I mean, it's gonna turn out eventually once I like keep layering on, but right now it's kind of rough looking. Not this one, the other painting I'm working on. But yeah, I was working on that, and I was using Winsor & Newton Galleria acrylic paint, and that paint is very translucent, which is a strange feeling when you're using acrylic, but it's translucent. I think I'm just gonna keep this one really loose and not focus too much on everything being perfect. You know, one thing I would really like to improve on, because I was looking at James Gurney's some of his portraits and some of his smaller portraits, and he is such a good mark maker as opposed to like I don't even know how to explain it, but I don't feel like I'm very good at like mark making. Like there's some James Gurney paintings where it's like he does like a dry brush here and like you can tell that like he understands there's like a multitude of different ways to approach each issue. So like for if there's like a shift in colors, there's a couple of ways to approach that. You know, some people just do a straight up blend where you go from one color to the next. Some people do like a just like a near mixing where you mix like one color and then a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter. There's that thing. But then there's also like dry brushing, which you could like kind of emulate a gradient by just fading out color. So I feel like I need to work on my arsenal of strokes and like just understanding like how you can get different. Let me calm down. I need to calm down for a second. I need to improve my arsenal of like understanding that you can use a brush in different ways as opposed to just this color goes here, this color goes here, this color goes here, and then it should be perfect, right? So I think that's something I should work on this year, or just as I keep working on portraits. Okay, let's put in the mustache a little bit. Kind of looks like he's wearing makeup because I okay. need to focus a little bit. I'm using it kind of like in really thin layers, like I'm layering pretty thin, which that's mostly because my paint's really thin right now. What's next? I want to work more opaque, but I don't have a lot of white. I have a, hold on. Yeah, let's get it. Okay, I do have some white. We can add some white. I wanted to work more opaque. Okay, I have this paint. I do like the Hemi white paint. Some of the other colors are a little bit suspect, but the white paint is really nice. Sorry, I'm not talking much tonight. My body's hurting, so in bed already. Oh, snap. No, you are totally good, Stephanie. You are good. I need to work on that anyways. My speaking without prompting. So this is good practice. Where's my rag? So yeah, I need to work on or I would like to work on my mark making. I wish there was some sort of, honestly, James Gurney should put out a course on that, on mark making. That would be such, I would buy that immediately. I would buy that so quick. I did buy his what's it called? The course on, I bought a couple of them. I bought gouache in the wild, I think. And I know I bought watercolor in the wild. And I think I bought portraits in the wild too. I don't remember. But yeah, those are great. If you never taken, they're not even courses. They're just like, they're like little DVD set things. Just videos like on Gumroad. Okay, what time is it? It is 7. What time is it? Hold on. It's 7:50. Okay, I am going to not rush, but I'm gonna put the jets on real quick and try to get this mostly done before 8. So we're gonna really put the jets on real quick. Sometimes I think that's a good thing to do, is just put like not pressure on yourself, but if you don't want to spend so much time on it, literally set like I am going to finish. I'll be done with this at like 8 o'clock. At least 90% done. I do that sometimes when I'm editing videos as well. I'll be like, I'm not gonna be editing this video longer than like 30 minutes. And usually it works out. Even though that's like a quick time, it usually works out pretty close. I can't tell what's wrong, to be straight up honest with you. I can't quite tell what's wrong. Also, I need to re-up on paint as well. I think I've decided I'm just going to keep with Shinhan. As much as I would like to go exploring and try all these different brands, I like Shinhan, and I like how much Shinhan costs, so I think I'm going to stick with Shinhan. You know, I'm gonna get a little weird and wild with the colors. I was gonna stay true to life, but I think I I don't really plan to look at this painting too often, so we can mess it up. I need to get a little bold. That's what I need. I need to go a little bold and little. Where's my? I don't know where all my gouache brushes went. I started using acrylic and now I don't know where my gouache brushes are at. So I have to go in my stash now. This is my stash of brushes that I haven't opened yet. Well, actually, no, some of them I have. Where is it at? I don't have. Oh, okay. This is close. A little small. Yeah, when we get the features in, I think it'll look better. Yeah, I don't like painting. I think some painting processes are kind of like more frustrating than others. Like ones where it takes a while to see. Okay, whatever. I feel like some painting processes, like when they take a long time to see progress, it's almost worse for you. Like you might as well just, I don't know. Okay, let's put in the darks. But like I used to paint like this a lot, where I would like try to meddle in the midtones and just like get every little minute midtone shift and then like put in the darks and stuff, which is kind of what I'm doing now. But I feel like what works better, and I probably should have thought about this before just jumping into this painting, is when you put in the darks and then midtones and then lighter and then lighter and lighter. I think that kind of works good. Because at least you have like the landmarks when you do that. We are definitely putting the jets on right now. This is just gonna be, whether that's for the best or for the worst, the jets are coming on. I think his mustache is looking really strange. Did I ever tell you guys? I think I did. I think I did, but I want to tell it again. When I was a really, really young artist, like probably 10 or probably, I don't know, not 10 years old. That sounds crazy, but I don't know. I used to really struggle with where the mustache goes. Like I could never remember if the mustache went above the nose or below the nose. I don't even understand how that, it doesn't even make any sense, but that was one of my OG art struggles. Was where does the mustache go? Yeah, that was my struggles with art anatomy. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because there's only one place for the mustache to go. But I don't know. You just keep painting and you learn, I guess. I'm pretty sure I have a painting where the mustache is above the nose. I don't know. Let me actually think that out real quick. Let me just think that out real quick. I'm gonna paint over this page anyway, so. Oh, this is a thumbnail for, this is a concept. So if we have a dude, right? And the dude has normal stuff, you know, a nose. And he has eyes. Right. Just a normal guy. He has a mouth, you know. If his mustache is right I don't even understand. I used to think it was like, I don't even know what I thought. It doesn't make any sense. I hope I find that painting one day and I can show you guys, or the drawing. I think I was like 9 years old, so I can't be too hard on myself. So here we go. I think some of these darks are making it look a little more believable. But we're gonna keep getting darker and then go towards the darks, like almost black. That's why I'm glad I still have a lot of my old sketchbooks, because I can look back still and see how insane just a lack of experience in life, how that made my art look funny. Nope, that's still the same value. Oop. Also, I think I'm starting to get a schedule worked out a little bit. So I would like to start streaming around this time. But I am typically not most, but I feel pretty creative in the morning. Like when I first wake up, I feel pretty creative. And I feel like it dies down at around like noon or like 1. And then randomly at like 2 in the morning, I feel really good. Or not 2 in the morning, but like really late, I feel pretty creative. So I'll probably have to try to work around that. I don't even know what style we're going for anymore. I think I was gonna go for realism, but now we're kind of beyond that, I think. See, this is where brushwork would come in if I really understood how to use the brush to make different effects. That'd be really good. I need to mix a value that's just lighter than the darkest darks right now. Oh, are we on the time schedule? Oh, 8 o'clock. Okay, I'm already slow. I'm too slow now. I think I said I wanted to get this finished by 8, but we're just gonna keep pushing. Oh, I think that was a mistake. Well. Okay, this might be a... I think we changed his race. Uh-oh. Yeah, that wasn't a good choice. Yeah, we definitely just changed we just changed this man's ethnicity, like, in a matter of seconds. I feel like that's a very delicate line when you walk, when you're painting someone that's in shadow. You gotta walk that line of like, what does this color look like in shadow versus what would it look like? Okay. Okay, he's a different person now, but that's all right. I'm gonna let this dry for a second. To be honest with you, I really don't like this right now, but okay. I'm gonna let this dry for a second. But you know what? I could show you guys some of the James Gurney sketches that I was looking at. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys some of those. So this is one of them. This is crazy. Like, okay, so this up here, the hairs up, I could probably use this. The hairs up here are dry brush, I assume. And all the face structure is like watercolor-esque. These hairs are like gouache. And then this is dry brush again. And then there might be some colored pencil in here. This actually blows my mind, no joke. That's crazy. Let's find another one real quick. Yeah, the James Gurney sketches blow my mind. These little portraits. And they can't be that big either. That's what stuns me as well. Where is it at? Okay, whatever. Yeah, they can't be that. I don't think they're even that big. Okay, what do we need to do to fix this? I think we should, if we put in a lighter value, maybe if you put in the highlights right now, it'll help a little bit. This is a lot of how I paint, like, I try to figure out, like, how I can fix what I just messed up. That's a lot of what I do. This skin tone is really bothering me because it's not how the reference looks. So I'm gonna try to mix something a little better. It's kind of hard to see, but a little more yellow. Okay, let's see how this looks. If this is any better. Okay, we'll see how that looks when that dries. I don't know. This is a train wreck. This is horrendous. I don't know. I think it's too late to turn back now. We gotta just push through. Let's just see. It's hard too because I can't really wait until it dries because I have to kind of keep moving, but I think the problem is I'm not really painting what I'm seeing. I'm kind of painting like a cartoonist right now. think we're kind of building back. Let's move to a little bit of a lighter value. It's really getting dulled out by the white. Probably should have been a little smarter with this planning. Let's go a little bit darker. That's not really darker. That's kind of... What time is it? It is 8:08. Okay. I'm going to take us to 30 minutes, and we'll see where we're at. And honestly, the next time you see this sketch, it'll probably be covered up with acrylic paint. So don't get too attached to this wonderful, beautiful piece of art. It was good practice, though. Oh, yeah. This is, you know what? I'm done. You know what? We're done. We're done. We're done. The lips was the last straw. The lips was the last straw for me. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Okay, we're gonna probably tomorrow we'll start a new one. There we go. Just like it never happened. There you go. Oh wait, did I spend an hour and a half on this painting? It didn't work out. No. I just did a cool underpainting. I did a nice multicolored underpainting. So there you go. That's how you do an underpainting. Yeah, it can kind of be a long process for an underpainting, but it's all worth it when you have a masterpiece like this. There you go. Voila. I'm gonna do this page too. I gotta be careful though, I don't mess up the... Yeah, that's not done yet either. Okay, we're good. I love how opaque yellow ochre is. Well, sort of, but like, look at that. I like that. And no matter what brand you go to too, yellow ochre is always so opaque. This is a weird thing to say, but if I was like a paint tube, you know, I think I'd be really good friends with yellow ochre, and like probably ultramarine. Me and ultramarine would be pretty cool. I'd have some issues with lemon yellow, and anything called cadmium, I wouldn't be cool with. Just a hypothetical. Okay, let's just... There you go. So that'll be a cool underpainting for another day. I don't want to leave you guys empty-handed, even though I didn't charge you guys anything to watch this. I do want to do... Let's zoom out again. I do want to do a portrait, so let's draw something real quick. Let's draw something real quick. Let's just see Flickr. Flickr has some great references if you go on like a deep dive. Yeah, if you're willing to go on like a deep dive and put your safe search on and do all this stuff, you can find some good references on Flickr. Let's find one real quick. Sorry for this pause. I know I had one. I don't know where. Oh, that's a beautiful one. There we go. This is a great reference. This is a great reference of this woman. She has a clear distinction between the shadow and the light. There's kind of a cool blue outline from this back window. This is a sick reference. You know what? We're gonna try and do a little quick drawing real quick. I'm definitely not gonna finish this painting today, but I don't wanna call it quits and have no painting at the end of it. Okay. You guys can't even see me. This is a joke. Okay. Here we go. I think one of the issues I have is that I don't work super opaque. Hey, Blue. Okay, I think I need to work more opaque quicker. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna do all this under whatever light wash kind of stuff. We're gonna try to jump straight in. Have you guys ever heard of the artist John Stitch? This guy is tremendous at his style. John Stitch is really, really, really good. I think his name is John Stitch, pretty sure. Okay. Kind of like that. Her hair comes up to a bun. Like that. Then this is the hardest part, her side profile. Are you guys good at side profiles? I feel like I've struggled with side profiles in the past, for sure. But not today. Today we're gonna hit the magical sweet spot of side profiles. And you kind of are, actually, no joke. I might have just put out positive energy and it came back to me. How about that? Oh, snap. That's a decent side profile. That's a decent side profile. Okay, and then her neck comes down like this. Her shirt is like that. And then whatever. There we go. Dude, did I just turn into like a side profile? I think that's my new... No, it's not. She is smiling. That's a pretty hard thing to do, smiling portraits. Okay, we're gonna attack this like a grown man, okay? I'm done playing around with I'm done playing around. I'm done playing around with this gouache stuff. I'm gonna paint this like a real man. Okay, let's wipe all this paint off. Let's zoom out. Let's wipe this paint out and we're just gonna go straight to it. No more lollygagging. No more playing around with these paintings. We're gonna do a crazy one, okay. Her skin tone is very warm. Even in the shadow, it's very warm. We're gonna mix a nice, strong, warm color for her shadows. Just like this. Yes, sir. I would like to formally be only referred to as CD, the side profile master. The man who decided one day to just stop playing around. Boom, there we go. That's that side profile. I actually really like this reference. This reference is actually, like, even just aesthetically, is very beautiful. Okay, put in the darks. We're gonna move into the dark of her hair, which is even darker and actually is a bit cooler. It's like, yeah, it's quite a bit cooler than her face. And that comes down like this. All of that value is like that. Boom, just straight in. No more joking. No more No more playing around. Although, you know what? I always mess up when I start doing like fiddly stuff with loose paint. I feel like you really have to commit. If you're gonna do fiddly, like little fiddly around little detail kind of stuff, you have to really commit to like getting a thick glob of paint. Okay. I'm gonna try to paint this as if it was plein air. Hey, Adonis. I'm gonna try to paint this as if it was plein air and this person was like moving around quickly and I only have so much time to get it done. What I would do then is I probably would do this. I'd probably put in a big dark and like try to follow around their face and then move into where do you find the references as how? I spend, not anymore, but I used to spend so much time on Flickr. Wait, Flickr is like I think Flickr is like Instagram before there was Instagram, pretty much. Like just people just post pictures. But yeah, I spend so much time on Flickr. And Flickr has an option for you to look for copyright-free images. And then, yeah, I save them and I paint them sometimes. Okay, there's this value, which is kind of dotting around. Her nose is actually really interesting. It like kind of droops down. Boom, like that, just like that. Exactly. It is kind of more intricate. Like I could, her value does, or her the color of her skin kind of warms and cools like across across her face, but I think I want to simplify a little bit, and I don't want to spend too much time crying about warm versus cool. There's that value which comes in here, and then her nose is like that. Okay. I'm sort of scared that I kind of am ruining this painting by going so quick, but we're just gonna, there's no more playing around, as we said. I believe all of us here in the chat agree that there's no more playing around. So we're gonna take it serious from here on out. Boom, there you go. Thanks, Adonis. I need to remix my palette too. I think that's partly an issue in my paintings recently. Boom, look at that side profile. Look at that. That's grown man stuff. There we go, okay. Kind of our first layer. I can't really do too much in this sort of layer because everything's still like really wet and like movable. But you guys can see the vision, I hope. I hope you guys can see the vision. I would love to find a way to work really quickly with gouache. I think if I painted in a more like alla prima, like place values exactly where they go the first time, I probably could paint a lot faster. I do wonder if you guys paint alla prima, or if you guys kind of paint like the is it James? I don't know if it's James Gurney's method or what, but like all this slow layering and doing that stuff. I wonder if you guys paint like that, or if you guys paint more like oil painters, kind of. You know what? I don't think I've ever done a plein air portrait, like a real portrait from life. Let me think. Let me think. I can't. I don't think I can't remember a time where I've painted a real life. I mean, I painted my dog from life. That's kind of a portrait. But that was like half from life, and like it was like probably like 70, or like 20% from life, and like a lot of the other percent from picture. So no, I don't think I've really done a real deal gouache portrait from life. I did a self-portrait one time, but that turned out very, 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 very bad. Her expression is like completely changed in my painting. I hope I'll get spontaneous and loose one day, but for now I'm still in the carefully layered phase. Is that because you only have so much time to paint, and so you want to make the most of every session? I feel like that could be. I could see that happening. This looks okay, guys. Trust me, I'm still holding on to the to the crown of side profile master. We're just going through a little bit of a rough stage in this painting. It also looks very different on camera than it looks like. I mean, it looks kind of the same, but maybe it's the angle. I don't know. Once it dries, we'll get a better idea. Okay, her hair is kind of graying. Tips for finding art inspo. I mean, if you're not scared of spending a lot of time on YouTube, you can find a lot of art inspo there. I think Pinterest is honestly better for like finding artists that you like super like adore. I think Pinterest is really good for that. Because Pinterest will hit you with artists that you've never even heard about or thought about in your life. So yeah, I would say Pinterest probably, if you want to find like artists that you want to be like, or art that people have done. Yeah, I would say Pinterest. It's more that I want to build up my realism skills a bit more before oh yeah, okay, I see that. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And I probably should have done that too. I didn't though, because realism is super scary for me. Yeah, realism is super kind of a intimidating thing for me to even think about. But I think I realized I don't even really want And I know people like real artists or like professional artists kind of rag on people who say this, but like I don't really want to paint super realistic. I mean, I know that's like um, I don't even know how to put it to not sound stupid, but um, my goal is not to be the greatest painter of all time. The goal is to have my style and have my paintings. Like that's it. I don't really care too much about um, my skill rivaling whatever. Because I have a feeling it's not going to matter pretty soon. I have a feeling the AI is literally going to make it to where it doesn't matter how good you can paint. Like, there's just no point in painting that well. I mean, it already kind of does. Like, AI is so good at what it does. See, if this was plein air, this person would have moved so much. This person would have moved like if this person would have been shaken all around. I wouldn't have been able to get their face right. Um, Irina, do you feel like painting affects your drawing skills and vice versa? Because I'm stuck with certain level of drawing and can't push myself to paint. Hold on, let me think about that question real quick. Do I think that painting affects my drawing skills? I would say that they're two very different things in that I'm I think I'm an exponentially better painter than I am a drawer. Is a drawer a word? Yeah, I think they're two different things. So I think I can see that. But Irina, I don't know if you feel this, but I know that I have like I like to write and I also like to paint and draw and stuff like that. But when I paint, or when I stop writing and I start painting, I feel like I'm worse at painting when I come back from writing. Like I don't feel like the two. I don't feel like those two hobbies coincide well. Like I don't feel like they complement each other. So I have that feeling. But I don't really draw that often, so I can't say. I can't quite say. I do draw with paintbrushes a lot, but it's kind of a different thing. So I would say most likely. I agree with your idea, most likely. Oh yeah, of course. Dude, I literally was about to get off, and I'm actually happy with how this is coming out. The other painting had me a little frustrated, to be honest with you. The other painting had me frustrated. I don't know if you guys are like this, but sometimes when I don't do a painting really well, I think it makes me question if I'm even like a good painter like at all, and that's kind of a shame. But I don't know if you guys have that, but I definitely do. If I'm like doing bad on one painting, I'll start thinking like, wait, could I paint like? Is that ever something I was able to do? Did I just convince myself I was able to paint? But then when the painting starts going right, I'm like, oh yeah, of course I can paint, dude. Of course I can paint. probably something I have to look into with my like Myers-Briggs or whatever that is. Is Myers-Briggs the personality? The personality and like tendencies one? I can tell this painting's gonna take a lot of like small work. What I mean is like it's gonna take a lot of like fine little maneuvering kind of stuff. Which I don't know if I'm ready to do right now, honestly. It's a beautiful reference photo though. I'm glad I saved it. Another close value. Also, I wish, when I started gouache, I wish somebody would have just said, like, just forget about blending. Just forget about it. Just forget about that even exists. Just don't do it. I feel so much better when I just, like, do near mixes. Like, when I mix paints that are close in value, so they kind of look like they're blended, but not really. That is the ultimate get-around of being frustrated with your paint not blending right. Okay, I'm gonna redefine the outline a little bit because it is getting a tad, what's the word? I don't know, ugly. Let's use this real quick. Okay. It was getting a tad inaccurate, I guess is a better word. Or a touch too much inaccurate. A touch too inaccurate. That was not the right. Oh. She was at like a almost fully side profile. Now she's really at like a direct. Yeah, I messed up a little bit there, but we'll fix it later. I think it was when I took off the eyelash that really messed it up. Also, back on Irina, I think painting with acrylic does the same thing to me. Where like I forget how to paint with gouache now. Because I would never paint, I don't think I would ever paint this thick usually. But I'm kind of forgetting like what to do a little bit. Maybe it's best to just stick to one medium or stick to one method of making art. Okay. I feel like it looked really good 10 seconds ago, or like a minute ago. Now it's pretty rough. How can we bring this? Okay, I think a big thing is this, like this outline is changed. Okay, that's good enough for now. We don't have to go too far with that. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. We almost went for an hour. How about that? Almost an hour. Now this painting, I'm a little more confident in. So tomorrow, if you show up, I'll say 73% chance I'll be working on this painting again, and I'll finish it. So who knows? Maybe I'll even finish it beforehand. No. Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what, Anna? We'll go. Okay, we'll go like 5 more minutes. Okay, we'll go like 5 more minutes. How about that? We'll go 5 more minutes. And we were just about to get off. We were just about to get. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Well, you know what we could do while this is drying? Hold on. While this is drying, we should do something. What can we do? Oh, you know what I could do? I could show you guys my acrylic paintings while this is drying. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of my acrylic paintings real quick. Okay, so these are a few of the acrylic paintings I've been working on. So we gotta zoom way out for this. They're like 12 by 12, I think. Let's see, hold on. 12 by 12. Oh, this one's okay, so let me relax. This one's a 10 by 10. Hold on, I missed a chat real quick. It's funny, I just started the madness of gouache a few days ago, and I think every medium is a whole can of worms. It really is, because that's why I think you gotta stick with one. Because you start getting into like how do I glaze this medium? How do I use this medium in the first place? Like what paper is about? Yeah, it is a whole wormhole. This next one is probably my favorite. It's like the most like unconventional one that I've done. Oh, but something about the color scheme, I love this one. I might keep this one. I might not even. The plan is to get rid of these paintings. The plan is to get rid of them somehow. But I might keep this one. I really love this. I really love this one. And then I have. Oh yeah, this one's kind of cool. That one too. That one. So these are all in acrylic, and then I glaze with like I. Is it called a glaze? What's a varnish? I varnished it with like a clear varnish. I know, right? Okay, so most times, okay, I don't want to I don't want to toot my own horn, but usually I just do like a 2-color kind of thing, like a whatever. But this one, I love this one. I love it. We have like the black and white, which is like and then we get to like the teal, like the Miami Dolphins kind of, and then we get the burgundy. I love that one. You know what? I'm definitely gonna keep this one. I'm keeping that one. This one, oh, this one's sick. Oh, hold on. This next one's cool too. I like that. I really like this one. I love this one. Because I'm not sure how long you guys have been following me, but I used to do skulls that were like this big. Hold on. Do I have? Okay, I'm gonna grab them real quick, just for a moment. Just give me a second. Okay, I hope this is worth it, because I just broke a lot of glass in my closet, so. I hope this is worth it, because I just broke a light stand and pane of glass from a frame, so. So I used to do these a lot like this. I think this is the same. It might be the same reference, but just flipped and color switched up. But yeah, I used to do these in gouache, and this is like a 4x4, a tiny little painting, tiny little painting. And then also, this is funny. I tried to glaze these with like clear spray paint, and some of them got like I just ruined my whole painting. So don't varnish gouache with clear spray paint. That's not a good idea. This one too. This was a cool one. I should redo this one, but bigger. Yeah, this one's tiny. These are all tiny. What were we even talking about before I left? And then these are some of my. This is like the original. This is like this one. This next one is like 2 years ago, when I first started learning how to use acrylic. It is horrendous. It is horrendous. This is like hard to look at. It doesn't even make any sense. I don't know how I came up with this drawing. But a couple years, like this is a pretty good couple years difference, I think. There we go. Okay, I'm glad it was worth it. You know what? That's it. I'm glad it was worth it. The tiny coral teal side profile. Yeah, that is. I don't know if I have that reference still. I might have to make it up. And I did this one too. This is just I don't know. This is random. This is a random one I did a couple years ago. I should start putting dates on my paintings. Okay. Okay. What time is it? 8:44. I'm gonna show you guys like 2 more paintings and then that's it. That's all you guys get for the day. That's all you mongrels get. All right, I'm gonna show you guys 2 more paintings real quick. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna show you guys 4 more paintings real quick. We got this one. I made a short of this one, so that's kind of cool. I don't like usually the monochromatic ones, but it's kind of fun. This one, I just finished this one yesterday, or actually this morning. Kind of cool, kind of poorly done, but whatever. Oh yeah, of course. This is I love doing the streams. The streams are more fun than the videos, I think. They're just hard to do sometimes because I gotta find a way to match up my mood, the temperature of my room, and then also like my phone. There's so many variables. This one kind of got ruined because I didn't notice it at the time, but I was using a rose watercolor, like rose colored, like almost magenta, but not really. And yeah, when I varnished it, it like hold on. I don't know if you guys can see this, but when I varnished it, it like bubbled. I don't know, it just bubbled up weirdly. So yeah, it looks like crust. So this painting is gonna be titled Crust, I guess. Yellow crust on a pink face. And then this last one is one I absolutely adore. Yeah, this last one's really sick. I like it. I like this one. I'm definitely gonna keep this one too. Okay. Also, my final statements before I get off. Isn't the color rose, like when you're painting like watercolor and whatever, rose is probably the worst color. No joke. Cause it's like almost magenta, which magenta is useful, but rose is just like, I don't know. I don't really rock with rose. I like magenta. Okay, but that's it. That's it. That was an hour of streaming. Hopefully I'll be on tomorrow and we can finish this painting. I really actually like it so far. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later. I appreciate all of you guys who stopped by and chatted with me for a bit. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. See you, Blue.
See ya, Blue. See ya, Anna. See ya, Adonis. See ya, Irina. See ya, Stephanie. Bye, guys.